Police are accused of accepting money from drug pushers and committing burglaries.
It's the worst police scandal in this city in years.
Little crew of cops were raiding homes and raiding drug locations.
My brother's a fireman in the 7-7 precinct. And he calls me up and he says, "What's going on in the 7-7? Cops are coming into the firehouse and they're borrowing ladders and hatchets." The cops were using the ladders to go to these locations where they knew the drugs were, and they were using the axes to break down the doors. These guys had no finesse whatsoever. These guys were absolutely berserk.
12 officers had been charged with corruption in a Brooklyn precinct dubbed the Alamo.
The 7-7 scandal shook up the whole department. When that broke, there were huge rumors on how the next scandal was going to break into 7-5. So all those dirty cops started leaving the department. People doing crooked shit was afraid a new scandal was going to break out.
I wind up resigning shortly afterwards because, I had felt the heat was on, the pressure was on. And I figured, hey, listen, you know what? If I resign, maybe I can beat this.
Mike Dowd was the only one who gambled. He bet that the department didn't want another scandal.
The last thing the police department wanted after the 7-7 was the 7-5 to go down in this bust situation as well.
There were not any other cops like Michael Dowd.
He was a criminal. Dowd was a criminal.
Look up in the dictionary, I don't give a fuck, and Mikey Dowd's picture is in there. It's right there.
Michael Dowd was a crook who ended up wearing a cop's uniform.
I heard the rumors about Michael, being dirty.
A once-in-a-generation corrupt cop.
It don't fucking bother me.
The normal person that's doing wrong is going to have a fear of being caught. It's not Michael Dowd. Michael Dowd did not have any fear.
I never had a fear about getting busted because the cops around me would never give me up.
How busy was the 75th precinct? How many radio runs a day does it average police officer handle?
I averaged about 250 calls a month.
And in a precinct of that nature, you just mentioned a moment ago that it was particularly necessary to forge bonds with other cops because of survival. What do you mean, that you protect each other on the street?
Yes, very much so.
Do you believe if a cop is not a good cop in the way you describe it, that his safety in a command like that might be jeopardized?
Yes.
The streets of New York and Brooklyn in particular, it's like a bloodbath. I mean, it was 1,000 shootings a year in my precinct alone, 100 murders a year. You want to go home at night. So part of going home at night is the guy that's with you, you got to trust him.
175 2nd Avenue 10-4.
About 2 years working into the 7-5, I had an opening in my car.
Kenny was griping that the only one left around was this Michael Dowd.
He was trying to find himself a partner. I was on the no-good list, so he wouldn't work with me, because he had heard all the stories.
I actually went to roll call. I said, stop putting Dowd in the car. I don't want to work with him. And it fell on deaf ears. We started working together.
Before you know it, we started to get a little bit of comfortability working with one another. He would take me to Joe's Bodega for some fucking Heinekens.
We make a personal connection about our wives. We got married at the same time. We're both around the same age. We had sons at the same time. There was a real personal connection there.
I gained his respect, and then his trust. And it came to a point, I says, why don't you make this official?
And at some point he goes, you need a partner, I need a partner, We're both good cops, we got all this in common, let's be partners.
Our future lieutenant.
His friends would come over and say, you can't be with him. This guy's trouble. He was totally corrupt.
They said to me, no, don't work with Dowd, you're gonna end up in trouble, give up the car if you have to.
It's no joke. This is a big mistake.
I could see the pain he had to endure amongst the guys that he was very close with in order to become my partner.
My response was, he knows what he's doing out there. He can handle himself in the street, I don't have to worry about him, and all I do bad is drink on the job. How much trouble can I actually get into?
He stood by me. Kenny's the type of guy that if he's got your back, you know you got your back. And I really, really admired it. From that moment forward, it was like a true love affair. I gave him my heart after that moment.
Do you believe if a cop is not a good cop in the way you describe it, that his safety in a command like that might be jeopardized?
Yes.
In what sense?
Well, if a cop isn't good, you might be more slow to react to his calls for help, and which are quite a few.
Is that particularly true if a cop is known as a rat or a complainant or someone who talks to supervisors?
Definitely. More so.
Even more so?
More so.
I had been in the 7-5 now, I'd say, approximately a year and a half, maybe 2 years. At this point, you're learning quick, you're moving quick, your mind's adapting. You still responded as a cop, and so you saw an opportunity, you took, and made money.
So Mike starts talking about money day and night. There's money all over this precinct, how much money could be grabbed and be in our pockets. These drug dealers got money. Just look at these people. They're rolling in with brand new Porsches, brand new Jaguars. He's looking for any job to come over, any situation where he could get me to cross the line. He needs my full participation in order for him to make real money.
And I told him, some of the scores and how much money we made, which was, considerable amounts for a policeman who's making $36,000 a year. I probably made that in scores in the last year.
Give Dad a kiss.
I'm making about 600 and change a week. I have a mortgage, I have 2 cars. My wife's not working at that time. I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. The thought of money coming in hand over fist, the way he's talking, is it's tempting situation, and it opens my mind, which is what he wanted to do.
A few minutes ago, when you were saying how you were making money of drug dealers, you also said there were other ways to make money. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, there are other ways, like burglaries.
Well, did you actually engage in burglaries?
Yes.
Will you tell us some of the circumstances, please?
A job comes over the radio.
A woman's house down the block was burglarized.
We get to the place, and there's this high school age girl standing outside her front door, and we start going through the whole place. Find out there's no burglars in the building.
I had gotten a new partner at the time, and I had to prove to him that I was good. So in order to prove to him that I was good, I had to give him some reason to think that to know that I was good.
Mike grabs a girl and goes, "Do you know if your parents kept any money or valuables anywhere?"
So she called her mother, and her mother told her where the money was hidden, and I found it for her. But she never got it.
And he reaches up and he's feeling his hand around up there, and he goes, "Nope, there's nothing here. They must have got it." And I'm not thinking really anything of it, and we drive away. And Mike reaches into his pocket, pulls out a $100 bill. He goes, "This is for you." I'm like, "What the hell is that?" He goes, "You didn't even see me take it, did you?"
He knows where it came from, and he accepted it willingly.
And I put it in my pocket. That $100 sat on the top of my locker, on the top shelf, for the longest time. I don't want to say the $100 bill haunted me, but I didn't spend it. And a couple of days later, I was in court, and he's working with this female cop.
We get in the car, and we get a call for a burglary over on Hageman Avenue. We get to the house. I'm the lead cop into the house.
Anti-crime shows up, which is the plainclothes unit for the precinct.
I happen to just go by a closet, and in the closet's anti-crime. And the guy picks up a bag. It's a green fucking garbage bag filled with cash. So I look at him, he looks at me. I go, what are you gonna do, bro? Fucking spend the whole day vouchering cash? Just leave it there, fuck it.
So Mike smooth talks anti-crime and explains to them, oh, you gotta take all that back, you gotta stamp each bill, you gotta initial each bill. That's gonna take you for fucking ever.
Yeah, you're right. He puts the bag down. I go back, rip open the bag, take about 4 or 5 grand, put it in my pockets. And I go, because I couldn't take the bag out. There's cops all over the place. We get in the car. Back then, we didn't have cell phones, so I went over to the payphone and called Chicky.
I get a call from Mikey. He says, listen, I need you to get over to this address. I was just there. I saw this bag full of money, but I got a new partner, and I'm not doing anything in front of him. I need you to get over there right away while I'm working, so this way I can watch your back.
I got a bag full of money in an apartment, and I'm keeping an eye on it.
I said, Mikey, I'm stuck. I don't have a car at this point.
I said, go rent one. Go buy, just get one.
You better call somebody. You better steal one. You better do something, but you need to get.
So I circled the block for an hour and a half, just making sure no one would go in the house. And this way, any way you can circle a block, I didn't leave that door, basically.
And what does the other cop think's going on?
I don't. I'm sort of suggesting to her that I'm sort of keeping an eye on the house. You know, it's our responsibility to sort of safeguard the location.
Finally, I get a hold of somebody who has a car, and we go over there dressed as detectives.
After about the 40th time I circled the fucking house, Chicky pulled up.
I knock on a door. I flash a shield, a phony shield, to the landlord. He looks at it. What can I do for you, officer? I need to get into apartment so-and-so. The cops were just here. I need to check it out. We get in there. Your chest is blowing up, because it's one of those things where you don't know what's going to happen next. You know what's there, you know what you're doing, all of that. But the adrenaline rush, it's nothing you ever felt. And that rush goes on. It doesn't die down until maybe 15, 20 minutes later, until you're home. It doesn't die down. And you get the shakes. I was in there maybe tops a minute and a half.
What are you worried about in that minute and a half?
Good cop shows up, what do I tell him? I'm not even on the job anymore. You know, I got Mikey handling everything outside as far as any of the units showing up or anything like that. So I know I'm pretty good there. So the only other thing I'm worried about is a bad guy.
And what happens if a bad guy wasn't?
Anything could have happened. I might have had to tune somebody up. I might have been dead.